escape the array of affection. Of the 36 8-diagram arrays, the most difficult one to escape from is that of affection. Everything has affection. All beings have affection, and affection is the rainbow and the best condiment of life. If the sky is affectionate, then the weather will be favorable. If the earth is affectionate, then the grain will be abundant. If people are affectionate, then life will be auspicious and warm. If things are affectionate, then spring forest will abound. Affection is like salt in food. With too little, it will taste dull. In excess, it will be too salty. But if in moderation, then and only then, its flavor will shine. Happy lives are not unfeeling, but must not be trapped in affection. To be unfeeling is worse than to be a beast, but to be trapped in affection is worse than death. Affection can nourish people, but it can also torture them. Once people are poisoned by affection, they will become perverted. They will act like neither humans nor ghosts, but will be unreasonable, hysterical, and maybe even lose their minds eventually. Sort out your mood as you lie in bed. What is the most worrying thing in your life? What has tormented you the most recently? What is the hardest thing for you to give up? What depresses you the most? What concerns you most deeply? What do you want to maintain the most? What do you want to end the most but are unable to? The answers are always affection. The affection between immediate family members, lovers, friends, classmates, masters and apprentices, teachers and students, comrades in arms, and so forth. Any special relationship that you establish with anyone else will entangle you and might make you worry for your whole lifetime. It will wrap you tightly within it and make you restless for your entire lifetime. This is the array of affection. Can you escape from this array? The array of affection is also the net of affection. Look at fishing nets. People cast their nets into the water, and any fish that enter it and cannot escape will be yanked out of the water and become meals on people's plates. Standing in heaven and watching the world, everyone looks like fish in nets. Those who cannot escape from their nets will become delicacies on the devil's dining table. Do you want to escape from this net of affection? It is hard to do so on your own. To do this, you must rely on the power of authority and the guidance of gods, Buddhas, celestials, and saints, especially the divine powers of Jesus Christ and Buddha Shakyamuni, and the roadmap of the guide. There is very little chance of escaping from it if you try your own way blindly. The most difficult nets to escape are the parents' and children's nets. Who can abandon parents' and children's affection, and are they not monsters if they do? Would they still be human? So, if you do not rely on the power of authority, then you cannot and you will not escape. The second most difficult net is the one of couples' affection. Now, more and more people are not marrying, which means that they can escape from the nets of couples' affection. Many people escape from nets of couples' affection by divorcing. More couples who are sticking to it want to escape but are reluctant to leave or find it hard to escape. In this case, they need the roadmap of the guide even more. The next most difficult one are the lovers' nets between boyfriends and girlfriends, which are also nets of affection that make people enjoy each other so much as to not want to leave each other and be willing to go through fire and water and hurl themselves into flames willingly. Life's joys, sorrows, bitters, and sweets are induced fully in this net of affection, like raging fires moving the earth and frightening heaven. In these nets of affection, most people are unwilling to escape. They will even risk their lives, go to hell, and fight for victory in a flash moment. Even with their heads broken and bleeding, their livers and gallbladders smashed, they will fly desperately like moths into flames. As long as there are people with whom we care about, with whom we miss, and with whom we want to maintain our relationships, we are in an array of affection. Until the day when we have nothing to care or worry about, with our minds abiding nowhere, our affection filling mountains and rivers, when we always long for the celestial islands, take things as they are, associate with others by following predestined relationships, act in accordance with our natures, and take advantage of opportunities as they arise, then we will not have escaped from our net of affection. How will you feel after escaping from your array of affection? It will feel like a frog crawling out from the bottom of a well into a pond, a wild horse stuck in silt returning to a prairie, a bird flying out of a cage into an idyllic forest, or a pig jumping out a pig pen and becoming human. The easiest, most direct, effective, and thorough way to escape from an array of affection is to become a Chanyuan celestial and live in the new oasis for life. From then on, You will no longer establish any special relationship with anyone else, especially by establishing a special love relationship with a member of the opposite sex. From then on, you will follow what is predestined, be open, leave things to fate, be free and unfettered, and enjoy life whatever it brings. When the wind blows through a clump of scattered bamboo, it makes a swishing sound, but as soon as it passes, no sound is left behind and silence reigns itself once more among the bamboo plants. When geese fly over ponds in winter, their reflections are seen on the water, but as soon as they move on, their reflections vanish. Do not be nostalgic for that illusion and do not miss the passing clouds, but fix your eyes on the celestial islands of the Elysium world. Trek and climb. Enjoy the scenery all the way. Never stay and be obsessed with any beautiful scenery. Never let anyone impede your pace forward. Everything will work itself out and you will ascend to the fairy world as it happens. 8 diagram arrays. The array of affection. Xiefeng. What in the world is affection? That it inspires beings to vow to accompany each other in life and death. Travelers flying together from south to north, their old wings enduring the cold and heat. Joy and sorrow. Parting is painful. Among them, there are even more infatuated men and women. You should have something to say. Over 10,000 miles of layered clouds, 1,000 mountains with evening snow. For whom does the lone shadow depart? Yuan Haowin, Moyuer, Goosemound lyrics. First verse. What is affection? The weaver girl descends to the mortal world to marry the cowherd. The white snake transforms into Lady White to marry Su Xian. Meng Jiangnu travels thousands of miles to search for her husband and weeps at the Great Wall. Du Shenyang angrily sinks a treasure chest. Romeo willingly drinks poison. Zhu Yingtai willingly jumps into a grave. The stories depicted in books are just the tip of the iceberg. For thousands of years, the world has witnessed countless tragic stories of affection, where affection is so deep, it's like a cliff of broken hearts, and longing consumes the jade-like skin. In the end, the soul is shattered at the end of the world. Secret affairs, elopements to distant lands, sacrificing one's life for affection, dueling for affection, accumulating debts for affection, committing murder for affection. All these lead to chaos, destruction of homes, and the demise of people. What's the point of such fervent affection? Brilliance fades, regrets last a lifetime. Speechless before the heavens, only hatred and shame remain. Besides romantic affection between lovers and spouses, there is also affection between father and son, mother and daughter, father and daughter, mother and son, siblings, confidants, friends, comrades, classmates, masters and disciples, teachers and students, hometowns, etc. These constitute the web of human affections, the sea of affections, and the array of affections. Many people live and die for affection. Once affection is lost, people feel lost and aimless, wandering souls on the verge of collapse. What exactly is affection? That people vow to each other in life and death, suffer insomnia from lovesickness, persevere through countless hardships out of deep affection, spend their entire lives without regret, risk their lives in desperation, or engage in illegal activities. Affection is a kind of non-material energy that is embedded in the non-material structure of life to maintain harmony in family, society, fairyland, and humanity. Life must have affection. Without affection, life will perish. The greatest creators have affection. Celestial beings have affection, birds and beasts have affection, trees have affection, and even demons and monsters have affection. The more abundant and richer the affection, the closer it is to heaven. The more impoverished and barren the affection, the closer it is to hell. The broader the affection, the closer it is to heaven. The narrower the affection, the closer it is to hell. Affection is a series of 8 diagram arrays, with gods having divine affection, demons having demonic affection, celestials having celestial affection, humans having human affection, monsters having monster affection, ghosts having ghostly affection, beasts having beastly affection, birds having bird affection, trees having tree affection, grass having grass affection, and flowers having flower affection. Thus, it forms the levels and steps of life, the heavenly net, and the heavenly array, binding each level of life to thrive and flourish in their respective spaces, orderly and disciplined. Consciousness, structure, and energy are the 3 elements that constitute the universe. Nature, love, and Tao are the three great treasures of life. Nature is the characteristic of structure, love is the characteristic of energy, and Tao is the characteristic of consciousness. So, what about affection? Affection embodies all three characteristics of consciousness, structure, and energy. Affection not only has the components of consciousness and structure, but also contains the essence of energy. In other words, affection is the need of consciousness and structure, but its essence is a kind of energy, an essential non-material energy needed by consciousness and structure. Therefore, affection is closely related to nature, love, and Tao. As long as there is nature, there is affection. As long as there is love, there is affection. As long as there is Tao, there is affection. Conversely, without nature, there is no affection. Without love, there is no affection. Without Tao, there is no affection. For human life, affection is like salt. If affection is too weak, life is tasteless. If affection is too strong, life is bitter. To elevate oneself to celestial being, one must escape from the human affection array. Without escaping human affection, one cannot enter divine affection. Without entering divine affection, one cannot become a celestial being. How does one escape the human 8-diagram array? In short, abandon human affection and seek divine affection. Specifically, diminish parental affection, deepen the affection for the ancestor of Buddha, the greatest creator. Diminish the affection for siblings, friends, deepen the affection for the universe, all things in nature. Diminish the monogamous affection between men and women, deepen the predestined ethereal affection of the fairyland. Diminish the affection between master and disciple, teacher and student, deepen the affection for Tao, the truth. Theoretically, the richer and broader the affection, the more divine it is. The poorer and narrower the affection, the more human it is. In practice, the more relatives, the more divine affection. The more lovers, the more divine affection. The more beloved ones, the more divine affection. The more one loves mountains, rivers, and nature, the more divine affection. The more one cherishes all life, the more divine affection. The more one enjoys playing and having fun, the more divine affection. What is affection in the world? At this point, the answer is deeply affectionate, earnestly heartfelt. Mountains, rivers, and all things are loved by me. Heaven and earth merge with affection. Yin and yang unite, and the fairyland is born. Unending affection, not obsessed with affection. My affection pervades all. When my work is done, I will be fulfilled naturally. Beautiful ideals turn into reality.